I'm Shy, and today we're going to show you how I do my makeup. I'm going to put all the makeup I use in this video in the description box below.
Okay, I'm now using my cream contour along my cheekbones. And I'm kind of smearing it a little bit in areas. I'm going to be using a beauty blender to kind of smooth it out in a patting and / rolling motion to kind of help distribute the product a lot better and make them smooth and clean lines are along my face, but not harsh ones. I kind of want a difference between, say, my cheekbones and my, my chin-ish area. You're going to want to blend it till it's even and smooth. I use my hands to kind of smooth it out even further, just to make it more of a natural clean lines. A little bit of a cutesy smile there. Now, I'm going to be using a cream highlighter in a V shape at the corner of my eyes, at the top of my brow bone. And it's like a V of it, and I kind of make the lower half of the V into a wide shape, and it's going to be down my nose. Kind of had to use the mirror a little bit there to kind of help, make sure I got it on my nose actually, and a little bit on my chin. Sadly, upon watching this and somebody telling me, I did not blend my chin out, so I had to go back and fix it. Well, the cream blending I did not do. I was looking at the name of the product. And now I'm going to beauty blend it out, blending it out by using the beauty blender. This is also my second time fixing the video. I even had it up on YouTube. And I cut off like half the video. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to be patting it and kind of blending it along with a little bit of some of the residue from the cream contour. And then at this point, I believe I'm going to be going into my eyes. Yes, I'm going to be using a light shade as a base on top of my primer. Using a not super dense brush, but eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to be using the palette mirrors as a help to see what I'm doing. And it kind of goes along my eye bone into my lid, just so it has a nice even transitioning color to start with. I could have just went that, it would have been pretty, but for my steampunk cyborg makeup tutorial look I tend to do, I don't go so easy. So I grabbed a more fluffy, thicker brush to do the crease in my eyes. And to make it almost like a contour for your eyes, I use multiple shades like you would your face. And I'm going back into those two colors to almost customize it. And I'm going to go with the other way and putting it in along that crease that your lid and brow bone creates. I was watching American Dad and the music made me want to dance. Sippy, sippy of some juice I have. And I will be blending it a little bit because I noticed it was harsh. I want it nice and defined, but not dark yet. I'm going to be adding a darker color to about mid lid to in the crease, about mid lid, a little bit on the lid, but mid crease to the end of my eyes, the outer end of my eyes, to kind of again deepen that crease, but also so it kind of makes a transition from the light brown highlight color I kind of used and transitioning color on the lid on it. I'm checking how it looks. And at this point, I would be grabbing my pot palette, like it's like eyeshadow pot, but like in a cardboard thing. I'm using a flat, dense brush meant for packing, I think. Yeah. And I'm going to be putting it on my lid in a kind of sweeping motion. You have to be careful with this particular brand of eyeshadow and with their palette and their pots, because it's a little bit on the powdery, flaky side, though it blends out beautifully and has beautiful metallic colors. It tends to be a little bit flaky, and you kind of want to avoid that. I did my foundation priming, all that off camera, because it would take a very long time. And I just clean up some of the areas. And the next thing I have to do is my eyeliners. And I'm going to have to do how to do that off camera. Okay, and there's my eyeliner. And now I'm going to be using a white liner, again with the video and sippy. I don't know why I always have to do that every time and there's my white liner. Also, again, I'm going to be doing it off camera. Okay, so there you can see, and you can see some of my signature braids. I seem to have it every video as my braid. Well, I guess it's kind of my signature thing. Then I think you can actually see my hair being purple today. And I'm just wanted to do a brief little video there, and I'm cleaning up some of the lines from the white. I think I heard something, or I don't know. And okay, so this is going to be my bronzer, which I'm setting also for my as a setting powder for my contour. And it will be going along my cheekbones and down. I'm using a large, fluffy angled brush to do this. And I kind of make a weird face on one side and not on the other. I don't know why I do that. I don't know. I tend to, as you can see more of my braid. There you probably couldn't see. I don't know why. Don't ask me all that. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm going to be moving on to my blush. And I'm going to be putting that on the apples and a little bit on the edge of corners of my face to kind of sweep it in a sweeping blushy motion. I got a little bit of and I'm making it smooth. And how I'm going to be blending it together is using my kabuki brush without any product on it to blend it out, as to not have any, at this point, harsh lines or I do it in kind of a sweepy, swirly motion, and it kind of gets off any extra like foundation, extra powder from my foundation setting, and any eyeshadow foundation. And I think I smelled something on the brush. And yeah, didn't bother to find out if it. And now I'm going to use my mermaid style highlighter, which I love, it with a flat angled brush on my cheekbones, forehead, nose, and I think that's it. I think I used my mermaid one just on my cheeks and nose. No, I use on my, and I said, no wonder it looks so blatantly blended. I said it without blending it. Even people who've been wearing makeup for longer than they probably should have make mistakes. I've been wearing makeup for a very long time, and not always with my family's permission, actually. Okay, so interesting little bit. I've been wearing makeup for a long time. Okay, so I'm going to be customizing a little bit of my highlighter with a highlight petal. and make it more extra blinding. And a little bit on my Cupid's bow with this palette in particular. And on my chin a little bit again. And now I actually, even in the video, can see it's not blended. Oy. And I blush it away. I could have noticed at any point that was not blended. But easy mistake when you do that is and you probably should do this before you set your makeup, just kind of double check yourself and if you didn't blend anything. And I sprayed without even, and I used 2 setting sprays just because I was going to be out and about all day. So I didn't want anything to move. Oh, and now I wish I didn't. Because I had to fix it. Fix my chin. Super shiny chin. Oh, it looked good after blending. And letting it dry, I'm going to move on. So next is I'm going to use one of my favoriteest eyeshadows. Eye mascara. And I try to keep my face pretty neutral when I do this, or an elongated O face. But I think in this video, I tried just keeping my face neutral so not to make a very, very obvious O face, which I don't really particularly like O faces. And now I see where it happened. My video, I don't know why I cut my video short earlier, but I did, and I was going to show you. Now I'm going to be moving on to my lips. So I start using with a lip liner, and I basically just trace my lips a little bit over just a teensy hair. And there you go. And from you saw earlier, I had filmed my intro earlier more after I done my makeup, so you can see the finished look. And I'm going to be putting on my liquid lip, my newest thing. I don't know why I just got into it, but I did. And I kind of smear it on. And if anything, while it's liquid lip like that, I can fix any mistakes I have. And the eyes make it a little bit steampunk and metallic, as I love metallic colors, especially gold and reds, mostly gold, and there I can fix it. And while I'm finishing up my makeup, I got a little bit of teeth, lipstick on my teeth. My next step I'm going to be doing is putting a little bit of gold detail on my lower and upper lip, using a gold glittery eyeshadow, and you really can't see. I know, 7 years of bad luck. I know. And I'm just going to use my lip, because I usually use this palette for the inner corners of my eyes, or small D's because it's super, super glittery and shimmery stuff. And I just put it on the very, very center of my lip. And while you're seeing me do that, I'm going to say, I'm glad you're watching my video, and I hope you come back to my channel and watch more. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions of a next video, put that in the comment box below. And if you're new, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit that like button. And it just at the very base of my lips, the glitter is, while I was talking. And once I move it, and as you saw what the lips did, and there you go, there it is, the complete look.